Sing. Okay, take a deep breath. Then you chant Om Jai Guruve Tunai. This is to honor the Guru who has started us on this path of self-realization and experience the oneness with God. Yeah? So let us connect to this wonderful energy of love and grace. Yeah? Om Jai Guruve Tunai. 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 And now we'll do the Adi Shiva Guruve Namo Namaha Swaha. Right? When we chant this mantra, we are invoking the divine presence within us who has been caring for us and has been doing all the things that is beneficial for our highest good, keeping us alive, aware, sensitive, creative, and resolving. Yeah? And happily waiting for our presence to return to the source. Right? So it is within, to come within. So let's start. Om Adi Shiva Guruve Namo Namaha Swaha. 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 Good. And then now we will chant and invoke the blessings of Lord Agastya, Sage Agastya. Yeah. So take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out. Chant this 11 times. Om Agadisaya Namaha Swaha. 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 Okay, so I just wanted to share something with you. The highest purpose of why we learn Vasi Yoga, why we practice Vasi Yoga, and lead our life as a Vasi Yogi. Okay, it is to to understand and be in the eternal truth, the eternal truth of your soul consciousness. Okay, that you are the soul itself, your will. Yeah, you are the soul itself, and it is also about removing all that that keeps you in the world of illusions, right? Maya, So when you remove this Maya and clear, and actually you become mindful of your Maya. We think that the Maya is illusion, and it is the truth. And when we are stuck in that consciousness that this world is in that the world is an illusion, and or actually we are if we are stuck in this thought that the world is the truth, it is the illusion is truth, then we will always be caught in a drama where everything becomes a suffering. Yeah, we'll be caught in this world of birth and death, and it will never end. It will be unending thing. So as a Vasi yogi, we learn about when we learn about Vasi yoga, we are aspiring to connect this mind, this mind that keeps us stuck in illusion, right? To connect to our spirit within us, the truth within us. When we connect to the truth within us, the spirit within us, what happens is that we start to connect with the divine self. When we start to connect to the divine self, the beautiful energy, right? The beautiful energy of this your spirit within you. Spirit, when we say loose in English, is very loosely mentioned as spirit. What we are actually advocating is your weird, okay, the spirit energy. Okay, so this spirit within you, it is not a devil, it's not an alcohol, or it's not a some kind of like a shamanic magic thing, or what. It is about your will. And this will that we connect to is what Guruji has been teaching us all this while. Okay, to connect to this spirit within you and standing in that truth. So when you get closer to your spirit, when you get closer to your soul, right, you get closer to God. Yeah, and when you are in that consciousness of God consciousness, then you're already in the Satya Yugam yourself. Okay, you're in the God consciousness. So Satya Yugam is right in front of you. That means the golden age is right in front of you. You don't need to wait for the golden age to come, but you already entered the golden age where you are now in this time itself. Okay, so all it has to happen is that you need to become mindful of the truth and stand the truth. Okay, because what you have inside you is what is reflected outside you. Okay, what you have inside you is what reflected outside you, right? So if you are inside, you are in divine bliss, divine glory, divine cheer and happiness, and divine grace, and that's what you will be seeing outside you as well. Everywhere is beautiful, graceful, so happy, joy, and that is the nature of Satya Yugam as well. Everything is happy, everything is blissful and beauty and glorious. Yeah, so your life will also be like that. But if you are caught and you are stuck in this world of illusions and Maya, then what you will see outside is a lot of darkness. Yeah? This darkness will keep you suffering and doesn't allow you to progress. Doesn't allow you to progress, and then you feel very miserable and very uncomfortable, and you complain, why am I living? All this kind of thing. So many people do this, They say, there is so much of suffering. Why am I to live? I better die now. Then they say it so intensely, and then they kill themselves. Yeah, they literally kill themselves because the price of ignorance is death. Yeah, the price of ignorance is death, because you don't spend your faculties, your God-given intelligence to realize the truth, and stay in the truth, and you waste your time, and what happens in that process? You eventually die, and it is one of the biggest sin, right? And then you get caught with all the worldly dramas that are happening around you. You get caught, and that will suck you even deeper, or even make you worse, right? You may have progressed to whatever dharma and whatever goodness that you have done, you progress and elevated to a certain level. After that, what happens is you get caught with all this drama. And when you get caught with all this drama, it just pulls you down, right? It pulls you down. And then suddenly you find, last time I was the king of this country, and now I'm a beggar in my own country. Yeah? This has been repeated many times in history, right? The greatest man of the country becomes the beggar of his own, the greatest beggar in his own country as well. Yeah, and it all happens in the bad way as well, right? So all this controversy about Murugan, and people are giving and saying all kinds of nonsense about Lord Murugan, and then now people are debating who Murugan is belongs to who, you know, all these kind of things, and then one of my friend in our Vasi group also sent me a message saying that what is my opinion about people debating about who Murugan belongs to. Honestly, ask me, Murugan doesn't belong to anyone. Okay, whether we belong to Murugan or not is another question now. Yeah. So why you worry about who Murugan belongs to? It belongs to this Mariamman or Shakti, and the Shiva is a father, and then they debate about Shiva really the father or not, and all this kind of thing. Why you worry about all these things? What good is it going to bring, right? But if you keep your energy on focus on all these things, oh, I want to find out, if Shiva is really the father of Murugan, or Amma is Parvati is what did she really give the veil and all this kind of thing, then you're going to train yourself deeper into this energy of confusion and and Maya, and you get stuck. Why do you do this to yourself? Okay, who is Murugan? If you understand consciously, your Veera is actually energy. Yeah, your Veera is energy, and Murugan is also energy. Okay, the essence of Murugan is wisdom. Okay, Jnana Palam. Yeah, we are sings, Palam Niyapa, Jnana Palam Niyapa. That means is the source and is the essence of wisdom is Murugan. So someone who comes out there and insults Murugan is actually insulting his own wisdom. Is insulting his own intelligence, because they lack this awareness. They lack this awareness. And because they continue saying all they want to see. This is what we call caught in the world of illusion, right? So they don't know the true essence of Murugan, and because they don't know who is Murugan and what is energetically represented within us itself. Murugan is within us. Okay, it is within us, is represented as the energy of wisdom, intelligence, our faculties, and that is Murugan. Okay, and then this weird, the spirit that we always talk about is an energy within us, is called Sivam. Okay, so this weird creates the feelings, all the feelings that we get. Yeah, all the feelings that we get is created by, and it's known as Shakti, and that feeling that we have. And this weird creates this brain, and so this brain can function and do all the things that it has to do. It is known as the Vinayagar, right? Yeah, and all the pleasures that we experience through our five senses is also known as the Indiran. Yeah, Indiran, Lord Indra. Yeah. So if you understand all these things, you realize that it's all within us. It is not something outside us, or some things that is aspiring to get very far away. All this kind of thing. No, it is all within us. All this energy. So if we go on about insulting all these energies, what we actually insulting, we are insulting ourselves. So when we insult ourselves, what will happen? Like what I shared with you, you bring yourself up to elevated level, to some kind of consciousness awareness. But what happens, because of all these things that you do, you bring yourself down, and then you go to the worst level. When you go to the worst level, what also happens in the process is you perish. You die nastily. You die nastily without any awareness, and then you have to pay for it. Have to come back and and pay for it in whatever ways that it's got to be paid for. So in Vasi Yoga, what we are actually trying to do is we are trying to help you to understand the essence, the true essence of this divine within you. Okay? Somebody is drilling something somewhere up or below. Also don't know. Never mind. We try to endure for a while. Okay. So when we're trying to understand this energy within us, what we are also trying to do is that we are trying to decode our life, decode the spirit within us, to understand that everything is energy through our Vasi exercises, our Vasi yoga exercises. So if you really look at it, anyone who goes about condemning any the divine, okay, the divine who is represented in any form, in any faith, you know, what they are actually doing is they are condemning and they are insulting their own intelligence, their own wisdom. Okay, they are just literally insulting themselves. Yeah. So how, you know, what needs to be done? So we need to teach. We need to teach people. You know, so in Vasi Yoga, we teach them the truth. We teach them the essence about your weird, you know, to help them understand your weird. And when you understand your weird, what will happen is that you will not do all these kind of things. You will stop doing all these kind of acts and you will actually live a glorious, meaningful, purposeful life to salvage yourself. Okay. You will not go about, you know, insulting anything, everybody, you know, and wasting their lives and wasting your life as well. And when they do this, what also happens, you know, when they insult, they are not only bringing their energy down, but the people around them as well. You know, people get caught emotionally, they start to riot, they start to fight and all this kind of stuff. And because they do, in that process, everything goes haywire. And then the true purpose of knowing the divine within you, knowing the divine self in you, is totally wasted, and it perishes. Life is precious, you know, right? The limited time that you have to experience whatever that you need to experience has got to be experienced while you are alive. It cannot be done when you're dead, right? So nobody knows when they will expire and how they will expire. Nobody knows, right? So you have this moment. You're conscious now. No, you're alive. You're awake. So now is the time. Okay. So what I would encourage, you know, is that what we should also aspire to do is that everyone, but one person who is gathered here, everyone, yeah, you have to go and teach 10 people about the truth of Vasi. Okay, let them know the glory of yours, of their own spirit, and help them understand, you know, what this truth is, right? In order to share it with somebody else, in order to help others understand Vasi, you have to understand it yourself very well. You know, you cannot simply go and say, no, oh, my guru, I heard he say like this, but I'm not sure. But you know, but I think this is what it is. What will happen? It will create a lot of confusion. You must speak with conviction. You know, you must speak with a lot of energy and awareness. Why we do these classes? Okay, why we do this? You know, somebody messaged yesterday and say that, you know, oh, is this class that we are doing, you know, is it free? You know, is there an energy exchange and all this kind of thing? I don't know why what it was. This person had been attending the Vasi workshop regularly, you know, this Vasi session every Sunday that we do regularly, but still ask, you know, why, hey, why this energy exchange, and you know, is there energy exchange and all this, as if there is the first time they're attending, right? But I want to register something here. We are doing this for the collective good of everyone. We are not doing this for fun, or for anyone to follow something, or anyone to honor this and that and all this kind of thing. There's no leader, there's no what do you call, people to, you know, oh, taking own glory. You know, if I do this workshop, you know, you think I will get closer to my guru and, you know, to God. No, is nothing happens. This just because it is my desire and my wish just to help whatever way I can, so that people will stay connected. Because when you don't practice, you will lose it. When you lose it, it's gone, and then you want to recall, you also don't know. You will start doing all kinds of wrong things or wrong practices or wrong technique, and what will happen? We end up making a lot of mistakes and we suffer. So the whole purpose of this was to help people understand their their own self, to keep in that loop of continuous practice, and in your own way realize the truth within you, and to stand in that truth and attain salvation. That was the only purpose of doing this thing. There's no other glory or nothing like that. So sometimes I wonder, you know, why people write like this, but never mind, you know, it's okay. It's okay, because ignorance is always like that. Yeah. So they get caught up in all kinds of things and all kinds of thinking. So it happens. Yeah? But it's okay. It's okay. We continue. And I will continue to do as long as I can. Because why I continue as long as I can? Because I can. That's why, you know, that's why, nothing else. Yeah. Yeah. Because this is not about gaining anything, or gaining glory, or you know, or anyone to come and worship me, or anyone else. Nothing like that. It's just purely connecting to the energy within you, you know, so that when we all connect together, it brings about a lot of bliss, love, peace, harmony, and joy. That is the true purpose of doing this, and in that process you attain your own realization in your own way. Yeah. So we need to evolve, and and make ourselves greater, strong, powerful, wise. Yeah. And in that process, go out there and share, you know, this Vasi truth. Always observe what your life was before you came to know about the Vasi Yoga, and what your life is now after knowing the Vasi truth and practicing the exercises. How has your life transformed? How has your health has transformed? You know, how are you mentally? Are you peaceful? You know, are you disturbed? Nobody is actually, you know, disturbed. They get a lot of withdrawal symptoms when they start initially, but after that, you know, they start to feel blissful and happy and joy. They become so much of awareness. A lot of things starts to get aligned, and a lot of things starts to fall in place for them in their life. I'm an absolute example of this. You know, I'm an absolute example of this. Right? So, and there are many of y'all who have also experienced this yourself, right? So you are all blessed. Okay, all of y'all are blessed, and all of y'all are here to receive this glory, receive this love and grace. And all you have to do is to go out there and make it available for others as well. Now, by doing so, we actually not condemning any faith or anything like that. What we are doing is that we are helping them to understand their truth, and those who are wanting to know will come, right? So if one person teaches 10 people, you know, and if say we have 100 people, there's a significant number of people, you know, and that we need to share this truth. And then imagine how big it becomes, right? As it spreads, when it spreads and it becomes big, what also happens is that it starts to bring about a greater awareness. And when Satya Yuga happens, when Satya Yuga happens, the golden age comes to pass, there are people who are ready to participate in it, experience the total glory of the divine, and live a glorious life. Imagine, can you visualize, you know, the kind of glorious life that you bring to people, you know, and how you will touch people, and they will be actually grateful to you. You become the divine for them, you know. Why? Because you have showed them the way, showed them the way of love and grace, and to experience the divine. What kind of beautiful service you have done. Yeah. So think about it. Think about it. Connect to that higher vibrations and work towards it. Become part of the whole awareness of divine consciousness. Become a light worker. Okay. Light worker is not working very lightly. Okay. Light worker means someone who comes to illuminate, right? Someone who participates in the illumination of people to the divine within them. Okay. So become a light worker. Okay. Good. Let's continue with our exercise. We chant this mantra of mantra. Okay, let's be going to do the mantra. So your tongue touching the palate, yours, your thumb, you know, your thumb closes your ears. Yeah, and then you place your other fingers on your eyes, nostril, and mouth. Shanmuga mudra. Okay, when you observe the Shanmuga mudra, what you need to do is you just chant. You do this exercise 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, yesterday, Loganathan visited me and he said, Doctor, I've been practicing Vasi yoga. Initially he was practicing on off, but he said now I do it every day. I do twice a day. Wow, he's practicing better than me, no? Yeah, so when he's practicing twice a day, he's gaining a lot of awareness and experience. And he drove me to a particular point, and we along the way we discussed so much. Yeah, and in that process, I realized how much he has grown as well. I'm so happy for him, and physically it shows and manifests as well. Okay, let's start. Okay, the mantra. Breathe and breathe out. Focus on the light. Okay, don't focus on the pain. Okay, very good. Take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out, and just let's observe a minute of silence. Okay, in the silence, just observe your breath, how it was, and if you saw the light, recall how it was. Breathe and breathe out. Okay. Sometimes when we learn all the truth that we learn from our guru, right, and we put it into practice, it is like riding a bicycle. Once you learn how to ride a bicycle, you can go freely, right? Even if you stop for a while and you start, or however long you take, and you're not practicing it, you come back to the exercise again. It is like riding the bicycle. You will be able to ride. Many of you who knows how to ride a bicycle will vouch by it, because you can just get on and you may be wobbly a little bit, but after that, you find that it's all part of your nature. It comes back to you, right? So same way, do not worry and do not feel that hey, you have not practiced for so long that you cannot practice. You can. Okay, you can practice. You can start all over again, and suddenly you find that it is restored and it brings harmony and balance back in your life, closer to the divine, connecting to be able to connect to the divine. Okay, so don't waste it. So when Loganathan was there sharing with me, and then he says that sometimes can see the light when you do the Shanmuga Mudra, sometimes cannot see. You see only for a while, and then and the light goes away, and then you, it becomes a little bit challenging until you do again. The next time. Actually, what actually happens is that you can continuously see the light, right? So this is how I also answered you. But the focus is on that pain. Okay, when you place your hands on your fingers on your eyes, you feel the pain when you're doing the Shanmukha Mudra. When you feel the pain, what naturally happens is that suddenly you realize, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. So that focus goes into that, and when it goes into that, you stop seeing the light. Okay, life is also like that. Okay, when you keep your focus on the divine, despite whatever that is happening, despite whatever that is happening in your life, you will always be in the divine energy and space, right? If you are focused on all the suffering and all the confusions that are happening around you, then you will be happily married to suffering. You'll be happily married to suffering, and you will continue to suffer. And in that suffering, you experience so much of ignorance, and you devalue yourself, and then you die. So don't create that opportunity for yourself, especially when you have realized and you have experienced the truth within yourself. You know, and those who have not been initiated yet, where you can see the light, never mind, wait patiently. The Guru comes, you will be able to experience it with his love and grace. With his love and grace, he will be able to show you the light, and when you see the light within you, you will become blissful. You will be blessed. This blessing is for everyone. It's not for some individual or one or two person like that. The divine has come to establish the Satya Yuga, and because it is here now amongst our presence, it just goes about as if like a normal human being. But when you interact, you find the divine truth and the sharing and the aspiration that it has. So you become a co-worker, the light worker that we shared about, and establish yourself connected to the divine, work with the divine, how glorious it can be. We work so hard for our bosses, yeah, but imagine you work for the divine, it becomes so powerful. No. Yeah? So let's chant the Triambaka mantra. Okay, so Pran Mudra. Take a deep breath and just keeping your focus on the divine presence. Just start Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarugamiva Vandana Mrityo Mukshiyamamrita. Om Hrim Namah Shivaya. Very good. So we chant the Panchachara mantra, the 5-element mantra. Okay. So chant that 11 times. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Masivaya, Nasivaya, Namavaya, Namasiya, Namah Shivaya. Breathe and breathe out and allow that energy to settle deep within yourself. Now, you're going to chant the Aum. Okay, we're going to do this for about 2 minutes. And when we do, think about the things that you want to have resolved. Think about all the things that you want to achieve. Think about all the blockages that you may have to be cleared. So that all the obstacles that you have that is there, you're experiencing in the form of stress, in the form of disease, in the form of worries, confusions, and whatever it is. Let it all be cleared, all the obstacles removed, and in that process, you only experience love, peace, balance, harmony, joy, and cheer as you go about achieving all the things that you want to achieve that is of the highest good for you. Okay, so take a deep breath and we chant. Okay, good. Take a deep breath and breathe in and breathe out. Okay. Now, any questions or that you need to ask, or any comments that you want to make, of what you have experienced in your spiritual journey? You can share. Unmute yourself and you talk. Okay.
Doctor, ஒரு question டாக்டர்.
Okay.
This Panchashala mantra சொல்லும்போது must see the tip of the nose or just the eyebrow there, Ajna chakra.
Okay. You can actually look at the tip of your nose, your nandi. So it takes the focus deep within yourself. One focus. So it helps you to bring you to the third eye. So you can do, but sometimes it becomes very strenuous to do. Yeah, very strenuous. So it's good to do and practice it. If you cannot, just learn how to chant a mantra, and then you can slowly, because you need to get the mantra in sequence correct as well. Yeah. So practice, and then slowly you can do this focus here and then bring it to the eye, to the crown. Yeah. So slowly you can do.
நன்றி டாக்டர்.
So Mr. Suryan, yeah, I always see you. I feel so happy. One day you must come and visit me for a cup of tea. Now actually given up drinking coffee and tea, so I can drink tea with you. Yeah, tell me how's your life is after my fast. The things that I always have to give up something. So I decided to give up coffee and tea. Successfully been off it. Yeah, and I'm a voracious tea drinker. I love to drink tea. So everybody knows, whoever house I go to, my auntie house and everyone, they all bring a jug of tea and put in front of me. But now, no need. Yeah. So Teo Popo is what I'm drinking at the moment. Yeah. Or herbal teas. Okay. So tell me, how have you been, and what have you observed? Share with us.
Yes, sir. I've been observed. When I'm doing the chantings, the mantra chantings, morning and evenings, I'm really urgently to do that. When the times comes, I really have to sit and do that, because I'm receiving a lot of things inside my body, and I can see a lot of things. I can see a lot of figures, a lot of coloring, a lot of something that I sometimes can't imagine, that comes to me, comes forward in front of me, in front of my face, inside that something like like something like imagination like that. But I just can't imagine what is all those things. But I can see that it's really give me energized, and it's really something that I can see my internal power, something like that. I'm going through that. Okay. Once I close my eyes and I can see from my forehead, from my face, internally, outer, all these things is going around me.
Wonderful.
Something moving around me.
Yeah.
This is what I'm receiving.
Okay. So everybody must give him a round of applause. See, it's a good progress that he's making,
And sometimes I feel my body warm, and suddenly I can feel my body warm and sweat. Suddenly sweat. Yeah. I don't know how I get it, but suddenly when I sit, sometimes when I sit alone, I just quiet myself. Suddenly I can feel my body. I feel warm and suddenly sweat. That's why I'm asking, how come, why something's like so funny. But I think I received something.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I can share a bit of
yes, please.
Yeah. For myself, I think Vasi is the highest truth. Yeah. And as I'm going along with this Vasi yoga with Dr. Suresh and Dr. Saravanan, I find I've achieved in a way, like maybe the cosmic have connected with me. And what happened is, the truth is, they will tell the 10வது சுழுமினை வந்து திறக்கும்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, அது திறந்து அது connected to the highest truth. So I'm getting the energy from the cosmic, and it's covering the whole body every day. It's not like when I'm seated to meditate, whenever I'm in workplace or anywhere I'm talking to anybody, right? What earlier part I was practicing, now I no need to practice. While I'm sitting, it comes along from the top, okay, and it's just covering the whole body. And that's the breath I'm breathing. I'm no longer breathing with my nose breath, the breathing of the cosmic energy, the vital force. I think another words they use is, I think, the vital force. I live within the vital force. I think my gratitude towards definitely Dr. Suresh and Dr. Saravanan and the team all over here. Because whenever I sit in and do the Vasi Rack, I'm energized to the fullest. And what happens, the journey continues. You know, the spiritual internal truth continues, and I'm just feeling that, you know, I'm enjoying myself. It's just the truth that I'm living with. Yeah, the rest, I think with external, I think it sits very well. I have no issue with external. The external just goes well because the internal is so, the fundamental, the internal truth, the energy is really so strong. So I feel the external is nothing. Nothing is happening to me. I'm just moving with the flow and enjoying my life. That's all. I must really thank. And one more thing I like to tell the while you are doing that Vasi yoga, Dr. Suresh நீங்களும் சொன்னீங்களே அந்த buying the 10 acres of Nelam, all that. I really want to fully 100% commit myself to that. To how much service I can do financially or through service, I really want to contribute myself and devote myself. I think that's the truth. And this need to outreach everyone.
Yes.
The truth of Vasi. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. You know, and I appreciate, you know, your love and care for to bring this to the highest level. So we will achieve it. We will realize it. And also, you know, to all the members that I send a form, you know, please fill it up and then take a picture and send, or, you know, return by private email. No need to send to the group. Okay. So privately message me, and then we will take it on from there, and there are many things to be done. Okay, so we will realize it and achieve it as well. Very good. Yeah. Now, actually, when I invited Mr. Suryan to come and meet me for tea, it doesn't mean that others cannot come. Huh? You can come also. Okay, so the ladies don't feel, you know, you're left out, and that, you know, you cannot come and meet me for tea or coffee. You can, you know, don't worry about that. You know, Maheshwari come and sees me almost every other day. And then every time discuss about, you know, Vasi yoga, and literally she comes to my clinic every other day, you know, to discuss and then become aware and practice. True or not, Maheshwari? You unmute yourself and can you tell?
Yes, Master. Actually, I'm more glad every time you actually help me and support me. I'm getting better, really, and I'm really more cool, more calm. And I don't get, nowadays, I don't get angry very fast. I can find peaceful within myself. And I'm happy. I'm getting happier and happier each day. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your support. And thank you, Dr. Suresh and yourself. Thank you very much.
So you see, this is not isolated for anyone, or, you know, there's no, it's up to you. You know, you want to come. You know, just come, call and come, you know, and we can sit and discuss for a while. And then if you have anything you're not aware or not, you know, you're not sure, you can always clear that, and then suddenly you find that, you know, you uplift yourself. Yeah, I'm more than happy. Yeah, it keeps me connected as well. Yeah.
Fix a date. Sometime next week, fix a date and date. So you are going to.
Okay. So, but must wait for phase 3. Like my father says, you know, fix a date so all of us can gather. Cannot. Yeah. We still have to honor the COVID situation. So once that's cleared, then we can go. Yeah. Now, lastly, just what the other thing I wanted to share is this. You know, if you get a chance, go and read the book. There's a book called Garuda Puranam. Okay. Some years back, you know, we published it and we gave it away for free and all given out. But this Garuda Puranam, it talks about, you know, the kind of people things do and how they go, and, you know, how they have to repay it. Yeah. So sometimes it happens in the form of suffering, right? So I was speaking to doctor yesterday, and then he was sharing with me about something about the Garuda Puranam as well, where he says that, you know, we get this impression that, you know, it is about the individual, but it is about the individual collectively as well, because people get they punish for themselves with their own thoughts, words, and actions. Okay, the kind of things that they do, so they punish themselves. The coronavirus, you know, yeah, he mentioned this word called krimi bojanam. You know, that means the virus is eating you up. You know, it is tasting you very nicely. is sucking all your life force and the juice and everything you finish, and then it lets you drop dead. Okay, that's what is happening. The Krimi Bhojanam there is a punishment for people who are living a wayward life. People who live in ignorance and people who live in suffering. So you can ask, oh, God is all forgiving, and how come he's causing all this suffering? This suffering is not caused by God, but it is a collective consciousness of our own self, our own limitations that brought this all upon us. So we are paying the price. It affects everybody. It will affect everyone. But when you stay in the Vasi, when you practice divine consciousness and you connect to yourself, to your higher self, what actually happens is that it frees you up. Okay, it protects you and shields you from all this suffering. Okay, so connect to the higher self, keep connected, keep plugged in, so that you will always flow with the energy and vibration, and that you are staying steady and vibrant and illuminated. Become the light worker. Okay, become the light worker, working with the divine to make all the divine things possible. So enter the Satya Yuga. You don't need to wait for the time to come. You can enter it right away by standing in that truth. Okay, in essence, this is what we wanted to share with you today. Okay, thank you very much. Have a beautiful Sunday and have a wonderful life. We'll catch up again next week. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Nandri,
you.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Doctor.
Wonderful.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Doctor. Bye bye.